Welcome to the Raven Space Daily, where we talk about the Baltimore Ravens every single weekday. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Jason, and I'm super excited to talk to you about today's 3 topics. Please subscribe down below so you can always stay in the Baltimore Ravens know. And so we'll hop into our first topic. So topic number 1 is every NFL team's biggest red flag. So in the Bleacher Report, they published an article today, which talks about every NFL team's biggest problem going into the draft. And there are a lot of different problems I think the Ravens have right now. We did a good job in addressing the defense, but the offense is pretty suspect. And Bleacher Report agrees. So the biggest red flag for the Baltimore Ravens heading into the draft is that we need to upgrade our skill positions. We need to upgrade at the receiver position. We need to do something to get better at the receiver position. And there's some things we did at running back that I think will help. Adding Danny Woodhead was a good addition. Even though he is a role player, in passing situations, he'll be the best, running back in that situation. Kenneth Dixon got suspended, but we still do have Terrence West, who with Dixon's suspension, I think Terrence is going to shine. And I think he'll be the first down, second down back in most situations. But the real problem is receiver. So with Steve Smith going away, retiring, we have some problems that we need to address. The explosiveness on the team is there. We have Mike Wallace and Brashard Perriman, 2 very explosive players, but for some reason they haven't put it together. Not in particular Brashard Perriman. He is young, so he is still learning. But Mike Wallace has never been productive as a number 1 receiver. The one chance that he had, he went to Miami and flopped, and then went to the Vikings and flopped again. And so we don't know where we got in them. So we need to draft or, trade or do something to find a number 1 receiver. And that's what the Bleacher Report also thinks. And again, let me know in the comments below who you think the Ravens will take. The last mock draft that I saw the Ravens taking Mike Williams, which means that that's a great number 1 receiver for the future. But we'll see. The Ravens need to upgrade the receiver position if they want to be competitive in the AFC North this year. The second news story of the day is the Mel Kiper 2016 redraft. So as you guys know, after the draft, Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, and these other draft gurus grade how we did, right? And so Mel Kiper did his regrade for last year. And the Ravens went from a A- to a B-. And this is because I think one main thing, we had 2 players that were injured and they couldn't be productive. Outside linebackers Correa and Kafusi, they were injured for most of the year and in one case all of the year. And so they couldn't perform and contribute. But other than that, the draft was very productive for the Ravens last year. We got Ronnie Stanley, who I think is going to be a starting left tackle in this league for the rest of his career. He played great, and I think he'll continue to play great. We got Alex Lewis, who is a good guard. He had an injury, so he really couldn't contribute down the stretch, but I think he's a good guard. Tavon Young, who I think is a exciting, dynamic cornerback, and will be even better in the slot this year. And on top of that, we have other players like Matthew Judon, who helped out, Michael Pierce, who helped out, Kenneth Dixon, who helped out. And these different things help get our grade to an A, but then the injuries to those 2 players, Correa and Kafusi, dropped it down. So, but again, we had a pretty good grade overall, and, I was happy with it. I think if the Ravens build on these drafts, again, if we see Ronnie Stanley come into his own and stay great, if we see Tavon Young progress to get better, and I thought last year Tavon Young showed symptoms of being a shutdown corner. The way that he was aggressive on the ball when teams started to test him, specifically in one game against the Cincinnati Bengals, where they threw at him 3 times in a row and each time was incompletion. I thought he played outstanding. He can tackle, he can cover. I think he's a great player. And now we just have to get people like Michael Pierce, who will have a bigger role this year, I believe, and Matt Judon, who will also have a bigger role this year, to be productive and start fixing in on the defense, which, again, they have plenty of help because our defense is very good this year. So, and then the last story of the day, speaking of Tavon Young, Todd McShay ranks the Baltimore Ravens cornerback, as a top value pick from the 2016 draft. And so again, if you guys don't know, Todd McShay, like I said, is one of these draft gurus. And, a top value pick is a pick that you got a lot of value for, right? If you draft someone with the first overall pick and they're good, you don't get as much value as if you draft someone with the 7th round pick and they're good, right? And so Tavon Young ended up being a top value prospect. And it's good because even though he's a smaller corner, he played much bigger than his height would suggest. He's a 5'9" corner coming out of a Temple, which is a smaller school, but he played big and he continued to play big all season. When Jimmy Smith wasn't on the field, Tavon Young was the best cornerback on the Baltimore Ravens. And again, being picked as a 4th round pick and being able to perform on a constantly great level is something that I'm super happy about, and I'm very eager to see what he does next year. And like you guys said, if you haven't seen Tavon Young, we do have a top 5 Tavon Young plays of 2016. So check it out because I think he played great. And so that's all of the news things we're going to talk about today. Thank you guys so much. Again, please subscribe to the Raven Space if you haven't done so yet. I really would appreciate it. Again, please come here every Monday through Friday for your Baltimore Ravens news, and go Ravens.